Most people think of the end in Minecraft as space, but considering I can breathe in space, it's not very realistic. So let's start off with this first one. You can't breathe in space unless you have a space helmet. So execute as all players if they're in the end dimension, unless the item on their head is a glass block, which is, in this case, the space helmet. Run damage them with 1 damage. So this is going to be happening 20 times a second, that's why we're doing such a low damage amount. But it'll only do that if you don't have a glass block on your head. But right now we don't have a way to get glass on our head unless you use commands. So this leads us to our next one. Execute as all entities if block on your head is glass, then it checks to make sure you're not wearing anything, and in this case we're just going to do anything enchantable since that's basically any helmet. So anything not enchantable, run replace head with glass. So to simple that up, if there's a glass block in your head and you're not wearing anything, it'll place glass on your head. And then that triggers this one, which checks if you're wearing glass, then it'll break the glass block. So now we can just test this. It breaks the glass and equips me with it. And then for our next one, there's no gravity in space. So this is just a simple thing. Execute at all entities if the dimension is the end, change their attribute, and change their safe fall distance to basically infinite. So this makes it where you can't take fall damage. And then this just takes it away. It resets your attribute if you're not in the end. And then for the low gravity, same thing. If you're in the end, it sets your gravity. Well, this is the reset if you're not in the end. Then if you are in the end, it sets your gravity to 0.02. So now we can finally go test these things out. And you can see we're taking damage right now. Actually, I might die before I can put this on. Oh, okay, so there. Now we can breathe in space. Okay, so now we have low gravity in the end. And as long as we have our space helmet on, we won't take any damage. Boing, boing, boing. And no matter how high we fall from, this might take a little while, we won't take any fall damage. And you might think that we don't need the fall damage attribute since we have low gravity, but I'm about to explain that. So now I have my gravity to 0.01, and you'll see that I still take fall damage. I don't know why this happens. Even though you're falling so slowly, it still just counts all the blocks fallen. But yeah, this is why we need that attribute to make sure you can't take fall damage.